Hey everyone, so today I'm going to respond to another question. I'm going to respond to the question specifically, but I'm going to frame it in a way that can help anybody that's thinking about joining the reserves. So the question was that this person was prior Air National Guard and was concerned about what sort of commitment it would require to be in the reserves on the Coast Guard side, and specifically with the fact that they had a good civilian job right now that they want to stay with. They don't want to be moved far away from that, and they're also hoping to gain new job skills with the reserves that they can apply to life. So I think this is a great question, and I think this is something that is helpful to anybody thinking about joining. So I wanted to address it in that way. Essentially, with the reserves, when it comes to the time commitment, it's fairly standard. In fact, it's actually very standard. It's literally 24 days per year of drills, and then 12 days per year of active duty, which normally equates to a weekend a month, and then 2 weeks per year. But it's also dependent on the command and the specific rating, how much flexibility you may or may not have when it comes to when you actually come in to drill. I found in my time in the reserves that most commands are quite flexible, and a lot of that is because a lot of our value that we offer to active duty is by being able to supplement their duties. So sometimes that means stepping in for them or just providing extra support. And on the flip side of that, our most effective means of getting training for ourselves is by augmenting active duty and working with them, because you're not going to get any kind of better experience than working with somebody that's doing this every day of the year. So that's in a nutshell the time commitment, and as I said, that's fairly consistent across the board, with some minor exceptions in terms of how much flexibility you may or may not have for when you come in. And then of course MEs is the one exception. They actually come in 36 days per year, so they actually typically do Friday to Sunday instead of Saturday to Sunday, and they tend to be a little bit more rigid in terms of their when they have to come in. But anyway, for the second part of the question, will you be able to stay with your current job, and will you be able to gain skills in the reserves that can help with your job? Yes and yes. The Coast Guard is very big on keeping people close to home, close to where they already live, where they're established, and they will make every effort to keep you within a reasonable commuting distance to where you live. Now, the caveat to that obviously is that requires that you have a station somewhere in reasonable commuting distance, and also that station has billets in your rating and rank for you to take. So it's not 100% across the board that, like, I can promise you're going to be able to work close to home. It's going to depend on those circumstances. And also, it's good to note that the higher you move up in your career, if you rank up, there's going to be fewer opportunities available. So the likelihood of having to move or work farther away from your home does go up. So that's something to keep in mind for the long run. Now, job skills wise, that's one of the great benefits of the reserves, and I believe it works both ways. It works to your benefit as a reservist for the intangibles that you can provide when you do supplement active duty, when you augment with them, when you train with them. I firmly believe that what we lack in day-to-day experience in the specific job requirements of our rating, we more than make up for with our life experience. The intangibles, the things that we experience in the real world that, quite frankly, when you're on active duty in the military, you don't have to worry about. These are whether it be things like picking which insurance, health insurance, or buying a home. Because a lot of these things are taken care of for you, and so there's a lot of outside experience that we can provide that I believe is invaluable. And on the flip side of that, the experience that we gain as reservists working in our respective field is hugely beneficial for our civilian prospects for work. A lot of the experience that I've had in my time in the reserves has been able to translate quite nicely to job opportunities in the civilian world. Being in the military in and of itself is oftentimes quite a good benefit to the potential for getting hired for a job. I think a lot of employers know that people that have been in the military are going to give you 100%. They're going to be there on time. They're going to do their job, and they're usually effective leaders, and they know that. And so that's already a benefit. But then the extra skills that you've gained through your military job absolutely can provide a huge leg up in your civilian job, and that's even if you already have a job right now and you're looking to join the reserves as sort of something extra. 100% can be a benefit going both ways. So the benefits to your civilian job will be noticeably advantageous, I believe, and the benefits and the power that you bring to the table as a civilian, augmenting that military lifestyle when you do come into train, is hugely invaluable and beneficial. And so essentially what I'm saying is I think you can certainly make a good life for yourself if you are looking to augment the life that you have now with a life in the reserves. I can't promise anything, and I can't promise that you won't be deployed for something for some extended period of time. It does happen. That's part of what you're signing up for as well. That's also going to be largely dependent on what your skill sets are and what the needs of the service are. But anyway, I hope that helps kind of clarify things a little bit for you. Please let me know in the comments if I didn't answer anything, or if there's more detail that you'd like me to kind of get into. Anyway, we'll catch up with you all again soon, and hope you're having a great day. Take care.